So here at the bottom of our big baking dish, we are starting off with both sauces. We got a creamy Alfredo on this side and a basil marinara on this side. And right on top, we're gonna throw some cheese. As you can see right here at the bottom, we have our cream cheese, so it's gonna be very important. So make sure you at least have one block. And we are just gonna start pouring this right on top. So if it's stuck together, you can just kind of crumble it up a little bit. And then on this back side, we are gonna do some cheddar. So this is gonna be one of the really cheesy dishes. This is a cool appetizer to take over to somebody's house, and I just absolutely love it so much. So just go ahead and spread the cheese across both of the sauces. So you definitely have to make sure you pick up some Rotel tomatoes. This is gonna go right across. I'm just gonna try to keep it right in the middle, so as soon as the cream cheese melts, we can kind of help spread it across everything. And for some meat, here I have some Italian sausage. So this is the mild kind. You can use the mild or the spicy, whatever you like. I'm just gonna pour that right in the middle, because once we're done baking this, I just wanna make sure both cheeses melt, and then we can go ahead and mix everything. But a little bit more meat to pair up with the Italian sausage is some pepperoni. So this is optional. It'll taste just fine with just the Italian sausage, but I am such a sucker for pepperoni, especially with these two sauces that we got going on. Once we mix everything together, it is gonna taste so amazing. So just go ahead and throw as much or as little as you want. I'm gonna just throw the rest of this little stack in, and I do have my oven preheating at 350 degrees. So we're gonna stick that in there for about maybe 30 to 35 minutes, just so everything gets nice and melted. And we're gonna have ourselves such a delicious appetizer. All right, so while we have that mixture in the oven, you go ahead and work on your bread. This is a round Italian loaf that I picked up from the grocery store. And I just kind of cut this top out so we can make a nice bowl. And right on the inside and outside, we're just taking some olive oil and we're just gonna paint it all the way around. This is gonna give it such an awesome flavor and some color as well, so it is definitely a win-win. You can just go ahead and lightly brush it. I'm not pouring it in here just because I really want to get a nice even coating all the way across. So with this brush, it is just going to be super easy. And as you can see, we already have such a nice layer. And my personal favorite to do with the bread with olive oil is to add some chili flakes. It's just going to give it a little bit more flavor, just because our appetizer in the oven is really cheesy and really creamy, so this is going to help balance that. So this is also going to go into the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. All right, so the best thing about using these aluminum trays is that I can take this right out of the oven and these edges are not hot. So before I start mixing everything, I like to throw in some fresh Parmesan. And I like doing this at the very end because, as you can see, it's nice and shaved, so it'll melt really easily as soon as we start mixing everything. So we don't need to bake it. And this is just gonna give one last layer of flavor. So once we have everything in there, we need to start mixing it up. We gotta break up that cream cheese. We gotta mix up both of these sauces and let some of the steam out as well. Okay, so once you have it looking like this, we can go ahead and move this one to the side. As you can see right here, we have our bread bowl. So I did save the top and I just put some olive oil and crisp it up as well. So I'm just gonna move this to the side. So I like having these because I like to serve this mixture right in the middle of the bread bowl, and I like to keep some of it on the side for dipping as well. But if you fill out this bread bowl and put it like in the middle of the dinner table or something, it just looks so amazing. So we can just go ahead and fill that out, and then I will be eating it with the top of the bread as well. Or honestly, this is so good that you can just have spoonfuls of it by itself. So once we have that all filled up, I like to do just a little bit more Parmesan cheese on top because I am a cheese lover. So I'm just gonna serve it like that. And then we have the top right here, so you can just kind of break it off and start digging in. This bread is so crispy. Let's go ahead and taste it. Okay, so I just have this bread bowl right below me. You can see I just picked off a nice big piece. I made sure to get a slice of that Parmesan cheese as well, and I'm just gonna go for it. It might be a little messy, but it's gonna be worth it. Oh my God. Okay, warning, this one might be a little bit dangerous because my first bite, I can already tell I'm gonna be addicted to this thing.